Hello there and welcome to your pick a card reading. Today I wanted to do a mystery reading. So what you'll have to do is choose one of these three cards that calls to you. I did cover their title so that you don't know what they say. So once you choose your card, we are going to see a deeper reading into what your specific card wants to tell you. So take your time. You can take a deep breath, close your eyes, and ask your higher self or your spirits, your guides, what message here is right for you. Take a moment, and then when you exhale and open your eyes wherever you looked at first, or whichever card pulls at you, that will be your group. If more than one calls to you, you can look at, all the readings or two, whichever, however many you're being drawn to, because maybe the messages are mixed and there's a piece of message um, in every group for you, or maybe they just connect in some way. Okay, so take your time, take a deep breath, and I will see you in your reading. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading. So for you guys, you got answer the call. So there is something calling out to you, something that you need to act on. It says explore, travel, live. So if you had that gut feeling that you should be moving somewhere, maybe listen to it. Or if maybe you had a calling that you need to change a job, or that you need to be somewhere or create something, whatever it is, there's something that has been calling out to you, and it's not by chance, it's not just your imagination. There's something higher calling out to you. So we're going to see what that may be. Okay, so your ancestors are calling out to you for something. Okay, so you got the altar. And you got as above, so below. Which is interesting because as above, so below, and with the ancestral card here, it could be tying the astral plane with the physical plane. So for some, it could be saying to unite your inner spiritual world with your physical. So something that has been pulling at you spiritually should be something that you're practicing physically. Okay? So for some, that could look like opening up a spiritual business, or maybe like a energy healing, divination, or anything that has to do with spirituality, something that has been pulling at you. Okay, if you're being called to a path, then that is your path. A lot of people choose their path, and it's obvious when it's not natural for them. But for you, this is something natural that has been calling out to you. This could also be tying into the work that your ancestors have been doing. Maybe a skill or talent, like I said in one of my previous videos, where maybe you are born or blessed with a certain type of skill, ability, or talent that you inherited from an ancestor, and they want you to work on that and not just not just deepen your skills, but actually use that talent as a job or to help others, or just putting it out into the world. So you're being asked to do that. And it could be saying for many that you have the resources that you already need in order to answer that call and to live that life that you need to live. Okay, so some of you may be called to return back home. It says returning home, transition, life between lifetimes, loving welcome. Which is interesting, right? Life between lifetimes is that ancestral sort of plane. So that could mean returning back to self, right? Centering yourself, grounding yourself, returning back. You're being called to center yourself deep within. So go inside. Maybe this astral spirit card is asking you to meditate, to look deep within and deepen your connection with your soul self, of who you truly are. So not the physical, not what you've been told or what you've been taught in this lifetime, but something more real and raw, and what has always been there from the time you were born. Something more ancient than this life that you're living now. Okay, so for others, it could be maybe you're being called to return back home. This could be to return back to your culture, or return back to where your roots started. Or maybe you should go out there and visit your origin. Maybe you weren't born from where your blood actually comes from, and you're being called to go there and to get more in touch with your culture, your type of people. Maybe where you've been living has been clouding your mind. Maybe you've been taught that who you are isn't cool because it's not popular, or it's not what the majority is where you live. But going back to where your roots started, maybe it will sort of center you and connect you to something more deeper, because through it you're going to learn what your culture is, and you're going to see how beautiful it is, how vibrant it is, because everyone's culture, even cultures that you think are mundane and basic, aren't. They're a lot more deeper than you think and believe. Okay, so returning back to your roots could be something that you're being called to do. Yeah. Here we have the kindred spirits. Spirit, companions, guides, comfort. So it's possible that this is another sign that you need to be around your type of people. It could be culturally, it could be racially, it could be just people that you have something in common with, right? You need to find the people that you connect with on some type of level, however that looks like to you, because you can learn a lot about yourself that you've been missing out on. I used to live in Canada. My family came there as refugees due to a war. And living there, I actually didn't notice until I came back home, where I am now and where I was born. It wasn't until I came back that I realized how much I disconnected from my own culture, my own people, while living in Canada, because being white wasn't cool, right? I lived and grew up around a predominantly black area and faced a lot of racism in school. So Coming back home, I realized how much I disconnected and thought that my culture wasn't cool because it was white. But it wasn't until I came back and started living here and saw how deep the culture goes, what the history is behind it, that I realized how vibrant and how beautiful and just how much more ancient my culture is compared to North America. North America is still a baby, it's still young. But your own culture, where you actually come from, where you hail from, if you actually lived there, you would see how ancient and magical and vibrant that culture is. So sometimes you have to go back. You have to go back to the basics. You have to go back to your own type of people to understand yourself a lot more. Because I realized coming back and living here again, I realized that how I was living in North America was nothing but a mask. It was empty, it was void. I didn't know who I was lost, and I put on a persona that tends to be formed while living in a place that is multicultural. Because you're affected by your environment, right? So if you can't find your own self in that environment and everything's foreign to you, you have to sort of adapt to whatever and however you can in order to survive, in order to feel some type of belonging, right? But that's just all fake. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Okay, so group one, you're being called to really go out there with the Chariot card. You have to begin the movement of going forward, moving forward, and answering this call. It feels like you are weighing your options and possibly even considering your resources and what you do have in order to do what this calling has been about. You are meant to do the work on yourself, which will allow you to live a better life. And not just working on yourself, but connecting to yourself. So connecting to yourself spiritually and connecting to yourself ancestrally. So reconnecting with your culture, reconnecting with your people, reconnecting with your family. Maybe even asking your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, if you're lucky enough to have those, asking them about their life story. Okay, you can find out so much about yourself through their life stories, seeing how they grew up, what their relationship with their parents was like, how their environment was like, especially if they lived in their original country, right? So finding out their entire life story and how it all comes to you and leads to you is going to be eye-opening. It's going to be interesting. You're going to see how deep your blood runs. Okay? So working on that and connecting to your type of people. You have the Eight of Cups reversed, and I don't usually read reversals unless I'm called to do so. But this isn't about leaving your your past or your people behind. It's about reconnecting with them, seeing what they have to offer you that can benefit you spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Okay? Okay, so you got the dance card. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. So take some time to yourself every once in a while, okay, to let go, let loose. Take away that persona, that mask that you are meant or made to have carried for so long. There's something deeper calling out to you, and it's time to answer that call. Okay? So group 1, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the message and I hope it resonated. Remember to check out my Ko-fi page if you'd like to support me. Everything goes back into the channel and my art, so you can go to the links below in the description box where you can leave a tip, you can shop, you can get a personal tarot reading, and you can become a member. Okay, so I will see you guys next time. Hello group 2 and welcome to your reading. So you guys got respect your physical body, detox, rejuvenate, relax. So you're being called here to take care of yourself, especially now that the winter season is approaching. For those of us in the northern hemisphere, it's really important not only to, of course, dress well, but also to watch out, you know, what you put in your body, what you put into your mental body, your spiritual body, right? How you talk to yourself, what your environment looks like, right? Because a healthy and beautiful and clean environment will help your mind feel good, right? It'll make you feel more confident and good about yourself. Just look at the difference between someone that lives a wealthy lifestyle, right? They carry themselves better, their posture is better, right? There's this air of luxury around them, right? Because that's what their environment looks like. And then look at someone in the ghetto. They're slouching, they're slower, they're, you know, not in the mood for anything. They maybe don't have a job or don't work as well, right? So there's a difference between what your environment looks like and how you carry yourself, right? So there's a huge difference between different environments, right? And how you function in them, how they make you feel. If you were to put someone from like some ghetto area, if you were to put them in a luxurious location, they're going to feel uncomfortable, right? They're going to feel out of place. They're going to feel like they just don't belong there, right? If you take someone from a wealthy area that knew luxury and only luxury all their life and you put them in some ghetto area, they're going to feel scared and also in some ways intimidated, but in a different sense, right? Because maybe they'll feel threatened or like someone might attack them, right? So just the environment changes the way you carry yourself, changes the way you think about yourself, you think about life in general, right? So that's important. So let's see. Okay, so you got the Aurora Garden. Beginning, initiate, origin. So this sort of feels like a detox, right? Some sort of going back to the basics. Maybe fasting or having that one day where you were detoxing and just, drinking water or electrolytes or something to just flush out everything so that the next day you can sort of start small and maybe, eat something simple and, sort of like a reframing of your system where you begin to eat what is actually beneficial for you, right? But you need that one day of detox or fasting in order to sort of cleanse out whatever is inside your intestines and your stomach, right? For all of that to flush out and come out. Okay, you got the green man, rising energy surge fertility. This could be a sign to possibly eat more greens, more vegetables. Even if you're making smoothies, look up recipes where you put in more greens in your smoothies for a specific purpose. Maybe you're missing iron or some sort of nutrients or vitamins or something in your diet, which is why maybe you have brain fog or why your body feels like something isn't right or why there's aches and pains, right? Maybe it's the food you're eating. Personally, for me, I had no idea that some of my stomach issues was connected with milk. I stopped drinking milk, I don't know, like maybe 15 years ago or so. Like, because I heard that it isn't good for you as an adult. If you look at nature, the only life stage that drinks milk are newborns. After that, they drink water, right? So I followed that, and it was hard because there's some certain meals that, I loved drinking milk with, but eventually I stopped, and it wasn't until I stopped that I realized that some of the stomach issues, like the aches and pains that I sometimes had, completely stopped. Okay, so really tune into what it is you're eating. Try to stop eating or drinking certain things and see how it makes you feel when you stop doing that. And I'm not saying after a day, I'm saying like after a week, 2 weeks, a month. See how, if anything changes, okay? I'm going to use the healing cards to see if there's anything you need to heal at this current time. Okay, so you got to pay attention to signs that could be the dietary issues that you're having. So pay attention to how you feel after a certain meal. If there are any stomach complications, if there's any bloating, if it makes you feel sleepy and tired, right? Those are the things that are working against your health, because food is supposed to make you feel like you get a boost of energy. Okay, it's supposed to be fuel for your body, not something that makes you feel groggy and, cycles. So this is interesting because the green man, you guys got fertility here and cycles here. So this could be, for some of the ladies, this could be a sign, something regarding your period. Maybe if you skipped it or something, it could be possible that you are pregnant during this time. So maybe get your blood test done or go to, the doctor to see if that's the case. It could also be saying to respect your body and to allow it to heal. Maybe if you aren't pregnant, maybe you have been waiting for your period to come and it didn't come at the time that it should have. One thing that I do, if you take parsley and make a tea out of it, just don't put too much, and don't drink it if you are pregnant because it could cause miscarriage. And don't drink it if you have like kidney issues and stuff. Like, research it online before you actually take this advice. I'm not a medical professional, so don't take this, as is. Go to your doctor and see what they say if you can drink this or not. and check the side effects online as well. But basically, parsley tea gets your period back. That's why it can cause a miscarriage if you're pregnant, because it gets you to have your period. So you can try that, especially now the winter is coming, right? It would be a good idea to get your blood work done to see your hormonal state, your, vitamins and anything else that your body may be missing, right? Because it's good to know now, since winter is a sort of dormant state, and that's when people get, sick the most. So maybe get your blood work done and see if there's anything you need to do in order to prepare you for the winter time so they can feel your best. Also, cycles could be possible bad habits that you need to heal, right? So if you're partaking in certain substances, maybe that's something you need to stop doing. So another thing you need to heal is rejection. So this could be, even if it's not actual rejection, like literal sense, it could be something mental, right? Because rejection, it doesn't affect you physically, right? It could be an emotional or mental state that requires healing. And for some, it could maybe be a job rejection, right? Something that you've been looking forward to do and you applied and you were really looking forward to it, but you've been rejected. Or it could be a relationship-wise. Whatever it is, it's time to heal that. Okay, remember that sometimes you're rejected for certain things because either it's not the right time or you're meant for something different or better. Okay, so don't take it too personally. Just see it as a sign. Remember, pay attention to signs. Okay? Okay, so you guys require more rest. Maybe you've been overthinking a lot of things and you just need some rest in order to, help you balance out your mind, help you focus better. So something is coming in slowly but surely into your life, or it could be saying to allow things to happen, right? Sort of don't force things, but allow it to happen, even if it's slow. Remember that anything that is of quality will take more time. Okay, so don't be in a rush for something that should be of true value. Okay? You got the tower card, which is of course a scary card in a sense because it calls upon an upheaval, right? A chaotic situation, but that chaos brings in a new beginning. And I think, was it you that got? Yeah. With the Aurora Garden, you guys got beginning. So a new beginning will come out of this, but before it does, it needs a lot of destruction to happen. Okay? So again, don't take things personally. Adapt to the situation, take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one project at a time, whatever this is about. Rest when you need to rest, right? Remember to always respect your body. Okay, respect your body in what it needs at the time. Okay, if you have a lot of things to do, but you feel that you can barely keep your eyes open, take a nap. Okay, because it's going to help you focus better afterwards. Okay, so listen to your body. Listen to what it needs. Yeah. Some of you are going through some type of insomnia or anxiety. It's like But you guys are the magicians here, right? You guys have what it takes in order to end your suffering. Okay, the 10 of Swords here is talking about the ending, right? 10, that's the ultimate number in these suits, right? So it is the end. You're calling upon the end of your suffering, but before the end comes, things need to, you know how that saying goes, that things need to get worse before they get better, right? Even when you're sick and you're taking like your medication, you're taking all these things, right? Sometimes you get worse, but then it starts to go down and you're getting better, right? So think of it like that, okay? So don't take it personally. Don't dwell on it too much. You're it seems like with this 9 of Swords and this rejection card, it seems like you're constantly internalizing everything. You're constantly up in your mind all the time, and you need to stop doing that. Okay? Think about all the times that the universe has had your back. Think about all the times that when, basically shit hit the fan, eventually some blessing came from it. Eventually that chaos died down. Things got better, right? So this is no different. It's not going to be chaos all the time. It just needs to be chaotic for a moment because there's something in your life that is breaking down because it has to be rebuilt better. Okay? Okay, so you guys gotta reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. Shadows, right? It's basically darkness. And a lot of, it's our nature in a way, even from the times that we lived in caves and stuff. We've always feared the dark, right? Because it's unknown to us. But sometimes we have to face something that scares us. And I'm not saying to face something that is dangerous, right? Because you have to be safe, of course, but just things that aren't dangerous, but just unpredictable and scary because we're not used to it, right? It could be something as success. There's a lot of people that are afraid of success because they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to manage it, right? They've known failure their entire lives. They've known poverty their entire lives. And then thinking about the fact that what if they get that success? What the heck do they do with it? It's scary. And it's not scary because of what comes with it. It's scary because they don't know how to manage it. They've never had success. How does it even look like? What if they lose it? What if it's just for a moment, right? It's intimidating. That's what's scary about it. The intimidation, right? So facing something, right? Connecting with something that sort of feels scary can eventually lead to something magical. Okay, and you got idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass, which is perfect because that's exactly what this lady is doing here with the Four of Wands, right? So sometimes you have to lay down, you have to relax in order to focus better, in order to have the energy to be able to work on the things you need. Okay? So group 2, that is all I have for you today. I hope this message resonated. I hope it has helped in some way. Remember to check out my Ko-fi page if you'd like to support me. All the support goes back into my channel and my art. I love to be able to actually get a tarot reading table as I'm sitting on the floor and working on my bed at this moment. So On my Ko-fi, you can leave a tip, you can become a member, you can get a personal tarot reading, and you can also shop. I will be adding a new product on there that I have never had before, which will make a really great present for yourself or for someone you love during the holiday season. It's possibly already up by the time you see this. So check that out. The links are in the description box below, and I will see you guys next time. Hello group 3 and welcome to your reading. So you guys got begin writing now. Create, express, inspire. So you guys here are meant to be creative, whether it's as a hobby, whether it's as a career. Either way, you have to release your inner demons, your inner shadows, your light, your confessions, your passions, everything, by being creative. Okay, and that could look like different things to different people, right? For some it could be through music, to others it could be through actually writing or dance or pottery or painting, however it may look like. And if you've never done anything creative, go online, look at a list of every type of creative medium that exists, and write down a few that maybe pique your interest that you want to try out, and try them out, see how they go. Everyone, even person that isn't a passionately creative type of person, should be doing something creative, because it connects you to your heart, it connects you to your soul, and that is our true source, our true being. Okay, so everyone should be doing something creative, even if you're into science, math, the logic side of the brain, you should still be doing at least something creative. Okay, even, I don't know if doing puzzles, I mean that's more logics, I assume. Maybe doodling, or coloring in a coloring book, whatever it is. Okay, so let us see what other messages you get. So you got homeward traveler, completion, reunion, return. So this could be a completion of a project that you have been working on, or it could mean to return back to your creative roots. Maybe you've done something creative as a child, that you enjoy doing, and it's time to go back to that skill, that talent, that creativity, or maybe even build on top of it, right? Maybe as a child you loved to dance, and so now maybe you can go back and take a course, right? Depending on what type of style of dance you love to do, right? Or maybe your tastes change and now you like to do a different type of dance, right? So you can go and learn that. Or maybe creating a YouTube channel and showing off your dance skills, right, to different type of music and things like that. So you can build on top of whatever it is that you were passionate for when you were younger. Healing the earth, love, humility, respect. So it's possible that whatever this talent or this creative endeavor or project is, that either it heals or it changes or inspires the world, right? Maybe it is something you have to put out online in order to inspire the people that get to see it or watch it or hear it, depending on what it is you're doing. Okay. Okay, so you guys got two cards. You got Thor with action here, and I have no idea how to pronounce that. So this person with fear. So action and fear. So it is possible that the reason why maybe you've been procrastinating with taking that leap or that step into the creative path, or maybe you are a creative, but every project you or illustration or painting, whatever it is that you plan to do, it's like it's something stopping you, right? And that's the fear. It's the fear of failure. It's the fear of what if it comes out wrong, or what if it doesn't work? What if nobody likes it? What if, but the thing is, even if you don't get the views, even, do it because you love it. Okay, don't think about what others will think, say, how they will react. Will you get followers? Will you get likes? Who cares? Do it because you love it and keep working on it. I've seen a lot of artists that create a specific type of, I wouldn't call it a style because it literally looks like they lack the practice, or I don't know what it is. Like it looks like, amateur art, and they end up at that level for many years instead of actually practicing to get better, to evolve their skills, right? They're constantly on that same level, and then they keep asking, like, why aren't they getting, commissions or views or whatever? But it's because they're always on that same level. Not everyone is going to like, amateur art. Don't think about the success of it. Just keep evolving and doing it because you are passionate about it. When you do things out of passion, things move quicker. Okay, it'll take you places quicker. It'll give you more opportunities quicker if you just focus on what you're passionate at and spend time doing that. Okay, you can post it, but don't think about the views or the success or anything. Just keep posting it. You can advertise it on different social media, but don't allow that to be your main focus. Okay, so I know how much fear comes with creativity. I faced it, I still face it, but you need action. Okay, there's no danger in you doing art, so fear it's not valid here. There's no point to it. You're only afraid because of the what ifs. But go on the other side of that and think, what if you're successful? What if your work inspires someone? What if because of you someone else gets into art or music or whatever, right? So leave the what ifs and just focus on doing something you truly love to do. Now we're going to use the healing cards to see if there's anything you need to heal, because if this is a group for artists, every artist always have something to heal, because we're technically tortured souls. Wow, you got unleash your creativity. So if you haven't heard it already through these other cards, here it is again. Unleash your creativity. Okay, you got the number 31 here. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4, the number of stability. Okay, because when you are creative, you're creating stability inside your soul, inside your heart. You're releasing. I hate when religious people look at some of my art from the past, which I haven't posted because I want to redo them, but they look at my art and think that I create demonic art, not thinking that art is a release, right? All the pain we carry inside ourselves, all the trauma and torment and things we go through, the struggles, all of that gets put into our art, and it's a form of release. So instead of being happy that, I'm releasing something, they look at it, I'm creating demonic art. So don't allow other people to judge you. Okay, let it go into one ear and out the other. Do what you love. no matter the style, the medium, whatever it is, or the theme of it. Okay, allow your body to release and process your inner world through your art, however that may look or sound. At least you're doing it in a healthy way. You aren't, affecting other people. You aren't harming yourself. Do it through art. Okay, you got self-sabotage. That's something you need to stop doing. Okay, you're harming yourself through the fear. Okay? Don't allow the fear to get to you, or the doubts or anything like that. Alchemy. So this is similar to the Magician card, where it's telling you you have all the magic, all the resources you need inside yourself to do what it is you need to do. Okay? Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. You are the alchemist. Create the perfect moment. Take an hour in a day. Okay? You decide when it comes. Because you know your own schedule. You know when you have to eat. You know what you have to do in the day. Find that 1 hour and create the moment that you need in order to do this. So let's say it is painting. Okay? Take out your paints and everything you need and prepare it. And then when you decide on what that hour is, put on some music that puts you in the zone. On YouTube you can find, those atmospheric sort of tunes where you feel like maybe you're in a coffee shop or wherever, and just zone out and paint. Okay, create the atmosphere you need to do what it is you're passionate of doing. Okay, you're the alchemist. Create it. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because then you're going to procrastinate and months will go by and you keep feeling like you want to do something artistic, but then it's even harder to get into it because it's been so long. Don't do that. Every single day, create that time when it's just you and that thing that, you love to do. And if you do this every day, they say that it takes like 60 to 90 days for something to become a habit. So if you do this every day for 3 months straight, this is going to be such a habit that there will be no more fear, no more doubts. It's going to be so natural to you that if you end up, let's say, taking a trip somewhere, you're going to feel like you're missing out on that thing you've been doing every day, and you'll want to go back into it. Okay? Wow, underneath the deck, you got discover your life purpose. So that something artistic here is what you've meant to do for your life. Okay, you guys have interesting cards. So with the Three of Cups here, it says that it's sort of pointing out to a few different things, right? Because this is a general reading, it's going to be different for everyone. But with the Three of Cups, it feels like you can get maybe your friends involved, right? Maybe have like one of those, I've seen this like online and in movies, where you have those places where you come as a group and then you like paint and there's wine and something like some food to eat and things like that. So it's kind of like a social setting, right? So maybe if something like that doesn't exist around you, or if you don't want to spend money, you can create that in your home, right? So if, for example, it's about painting, you can get your friends, even if they've never painted in their life or, aren't interested, but just for the fun of it, right? It doesn't have to be anything serious. Take like a still life, an object, a bowl of fruit, whatever it is, put it on a table, and then you guys take out your paper or canvases, whatever it is, and just like, paint. Have some music in the background, have some finger food, some snacks, something good to drink, and, just to create like a fun atmosphere out of it, right? Just sort of let loose. It doesn't have to be serious. You guys can paint it in however you want, and no drawing beforehand, right? Just freestyle it and see what you guys come up with like at the end, and laugh about it, see how crazy it gets, right? You can do that. For some, this could be saying that whatever it is you're doing, as it said before, it could inspire other people, right? You have the strength card here, which is saying to have courage, to believe in yourself. And even if you don't believe in yourself at this current moment, just keep evolving your skill, keep working at it, and do what you love. Don't think about it. Remember as a kid when when someone gave you a marker or crayons and paper, you didn't like sit there thinking about how you should make this perfect. You just went on and you drew a house, you drew the sun, you drew a cat or your family, whatever. You didn't have to think about it. There was no doubts, there was no fear. Okay? That's what this Six of Cups is sort of calling you to do. To remember how carefree you were as a child, how easy it was to just do what you love to do. This could also be a sign that through this artistic journey, you will be healing your inner child. Okay? Maybe by partaking in something that you did as a child, you end up healing your past self, the inner you that is maybe still traumatized because of something, or that is still hurting because of something, right? This is a new opportunity is being given to you, and this is emotional, right? The cups is a water symbol, and it involves the emotions. And yes, art is connected to the heart. It's connected to your emotions. Every time you create something by how you feel, right? Releasing your emotions through your art, it is healing you. It's centering you. It's grounding you. It's allowing you to connect to your intuition and into your emotions even deeper. Okay? With the Nine of Wands here, it still talks about being strong in the midst of doubts. As you can see, this person is sitting surrounded by all these wands, right? It looks like candles here. But there's this dark presence looming over them. Okay? So this represents you. This here represents your doubts and your fears. Okay? You have to focus on the light. You have to focus on your passions. Okay? Because it's going to give you better opportunities and a better stable life. Even if it's just a hobby, you'll find stability because of the release of your emotions. Okay? So group 3, I hope this resonated. And it's interesting, underneath you got the Temperance card, right? The balance. So this is going to be healing and helpful for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Remember to check out my Ko-fi page where you can leave a tip, you can become a member, get a personal tarot reading, and shop there. I will have a new product possibly by the time you see this. So check that out, because it's something that you could buy for yourself as a gift this holiday season, or for someone you love. So check that out. All the support I get through my Ko-fi goes back into my channel and my art. Okay, so basically help me to help you type of deal. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time.